only information gathering. So-called knowledgeable people, according to me, are informed people. Are they really knowledgeable? If they are knowledgeable, they must be clear what they want. They must have capacity to create the results they want. For example, a potterer is very clear what shape he is going to create. He has the skills to create and he is really producing the form. To me, he is a very knowledgeable person as far his job is concerned. He is very clear. Is very clear. Is it a jug? Is it a pot? Is it a flower vase? He is very clear. And he has the skills to do it. And he is able to achieve it. Therefore, where clarity exists, capacity exists, achievement exists, learning exists. All other things is information gathering process. Learning makes the people clarity, enhancing the capacity, creating the results you want to create. My humble request and prayer to you here is, knowledge is the basis of learning. There is no learning without knowledge. But knowledge is the only essential condition, not a sufficient condition. As long as you are not clear what you deeply care for, as long as you are not enhancing your capacity to create results you wanted to create, you are only in the business of gaining knowledge, gathering information. Gaining knowledge is the name, gathering information is the process. So therefore, clarity, enhancing the capacity, creating the results you want to create is a very important consideration as far as I could able to say this. My humble request is try to read it. And nobody can clarify what you deeply care for. What you deeply care for, nobody can clarify. Others can help, others can facilitate, they can act as a catalyst, but they cannot do the necessary things. Therefore, you should seriously invest in kind of a thing, because it is not the lack of opportunity. We are not availed the opportunity. We are not availed the opportunity because we are eligible, but we are not suitable. The moment you are suitable, I think industry is as much interested as we are interested in industry. The business and industry is also searching for suitable candidates. They are also spending crores of rupees in trying to look at the suitable candidates. And we are also looking for suitable jobs. So it's a question of matching and mismatching. I think that's one thing I personally request to try to really able to develop that kind of thing. Right. Third important area I want to quite was that if you want to make a career, you must develop self-motivation. Right. Many people say, I have not grown because lack of opportunity. It is not lack of opportunity. You don't have that. For example, water is there. Just because water is there, I am not drinking the water. When I am thirsty, only I drink the water. Thirst is inside me, water is outside. Hunger is inside me, food is outside me. Therefore, opportunities are always outside. Your need to do an excellent job is inside. Your hunger for excellence is like burning within you. Then you go in search of opportunities. What we are telling was, under the excuse opportunities are not available, we are hiding our own serious intentions. A person, suppose I am thirsty, even though water is not available, I am going to ask Allah to, where is the water? Where is the water? But if I don't have the need for water, even if water is available, I am not looking at it. Therefore, you must have a need for excellence, a burning desire, like a thirst inside, like a hunger inside. You must have a hunger for a career pursuit and personal excellence inside. When this hunger is inside, you will develop a wisdom to look at the opportunities outside. Even they are not there, you go in search of opportunities. And many people, there are higher level people, some people create the opportunities. That's what Vijay was telling, there are opportunities to work with them. Success Samadhi, entrepreneur, Dhirubhai is a cloth merchant. A cloth merchant. He was simply a cloth merchant. He was thinking of world's largest grassroots refinery. Where is it? The need for cloth merchant think of a refinery. I was there in the first meeting with him. He was asking the experts kind of a thing. I want to break even in the very first year. And the experts told him like that, sitting there. I was sitting near the wall because I brought a petroleum expert, so sitting there. And they told him, sir, the largest refinery in the country today is a 12 million ton capacity IOC in Baroda with hydrogenated technology. I told him, okay. Now, I don't know what IOC has got. I want largest. Then what distributor tell me? Sir, we have to scale up. Scale up. They said 15, 16, 17. They went up to 27 million tons. 27 million ton capacity if there is a refinery, it will have break even in the very first year. Very first year. Then his answer to that suggestion was, let us make it. Sir, such a refinery never exists in the world. Such a refinery never exists in the world. America is a rich country, Japan is also a rich country, Saudi Arabia is a rich country, they go on their head. And he says, that is the very reason we should have it. That is the very reason we should have it. And he created it. He created it. And he therefore could have to. Why I am telling this example to you here is, whatever is Ambani, I don't know much. I know part of it. But I have chosen those things which is useful to me, useful to you, useful to the world. A cloth merchant aspiring to create a world's largest grassroots, they were 24,000 crores single location in a desert place called Jamnagar. Jamnagar is a desert place for several centuries, not decades, centuries. Centuries. That's why the government of Gujarat has given 3,000 crores, 3,000 acres of land, desert land to him. You know, today more than the refinery, within the compound of the Jamnagar refinery, Asia's largest mango grove is within the compound of the Jamnagar refinery. Because environmental statute requirement is, you must have a green belt. All other people grow all kinds of useless plants. He said, let us grow mango plants. Now, why I am telling this is, it's not that Ambani is great, we are not great. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of thinking. What others found is very difficult, he said, let me try. What others thought impossible, let me make it, let me try, is it possible? So therefore, there is a question of things. So therefore, that looking at the seed, you cannot imagine the tree. You see the banyan seed, very insignificant. You see the banyan tree, is a magnanimous. So therefore, you cannot see the tree in a seed. You are also like that. You are in a seed form. What God has kept you in store for you, nobody can imagine today. Nobody can imagine. But there is one virtue in the seed. Seed continuously starts growing. Continuously start growing. How many, it never calculates how many fruits I am going to have, how much tall I am going to grow, how many branches I am going to have, how much leaves I am going to have. It never calculates these things. It has a persistent principle of a continuous, consistent growth. A continuous, consistent growth as a principle of life made the seed to grow into a magnanimous tree. This principle is all good even to people like us. How much money you are going to earn, how many titles you are going to own, how much positions you are going to occupy, what industry, we cannot predict today. You cannot predict today. Dr. Kalam, father, refused to pay school fees to him, not college fees. At that time, he doesn't know he is going to become one of the outstanding scientists of the country. Nobody can predict. But therefore, the kind of a thing, that the plant is growing, and growing is inherent to the plant. A persistent effort, consistent, is not making any calculations about the height of the plant, branches, leaves, roots, spread, utility, no calculations. Only one principle, grow, grow, grow. My humble request and prayer to you here is, when your effort is sincere and persistent, when the focus is very clear, when the country enhances your capacity, it is result. I think each person can grow to the stature, to the limits that God permits. And God is generally a very generous person. What He gives, when He gives, He never tells, but He gives. But when He is ready to give, we must be available. See, I also started my career like any one of you. I am seeing a lot of me in you. I never thought I will go to Harvard. I became a vendor, I never thought. I never thought I will go to Japan. He took me to all places. I never thought I will go to France, to public enterprises there. I never thought I will go to Germany. I never thought all these things. It just happened. It just happened. I never know. When it happened only I know it is happened. But what happened in me was, there is some kind of a personal desire I should learn. This also I say, I am saying it because at this age, because I could tell to you. Because I am seeing my past in you. Your anxieties or my anxieties one upon a time. Your aspirations are my aspirations. Therefore, my personal request is you must develop the